It's really cool to just have people in their 20s in general on this platform to, you know, talk about real life shit that people who are 20 years old, you know, have to deal with.
Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to ISD this week on Monday, June 22nd. You were here with Devonn.
And Pierce.
Vontrell.
How you guys feeling?
Decent, man. It's my day off today, so I'm enjoying it.
But we back working, though?
Yeah, finally.
How do you like your new job? That we can't say where you work at.
So, it's cool, bro. It's the easiest job I've had ever. Easiest in the world. And
you don't have to deal with nobody.
Exactly, bro. I don't got to deal with shit at all.
That's love. That's love. What you been up to, Vontrell?
I packed up my kitchen today, so that was that. I made a twerk video.
Oh, put that in the group chat.
What's up?
Put that in the group chat.
Hell no. Hell no. I've just been working on this thing with myself. Like, I don't feel sexy, so I'll be like, I was listening to the City Girls earlier, and I'm like, you know what? My underwear came in. Let me go shave. And then from there, it just turned into a video.
You ordered underwear?
Huh?
You ordered underwear?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Only because I need underwear, and it's not like I can go to a store right now. So why not?
You could just ask me to take you to Walmart or something like that.
But I got more online. Like I got like 4 different types of pair of underwear. I got like a 16 pack, and then I got a 6 pack, and then I got, some lace joints. So I got a lot of underwear right now, and I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. So I feel real sexy right now.
How much you end up paying for it all?
I got them off of Amazon. I only paid like $25 for all of these underwears. So yeah. The 16 pack, they just had like a 16 pack of Hanes, and they were like briefs, and they like are assorted colors and shit. They're cute. And then the 6 pack was just some jog straps, which I'm actually really excited about, because when I get a nigga, it say 10 times 20 divided by 3 equals thick. I'm excited. I'm excited. So yeah, I've just been over here building my confidence up.
That's good, man. You should.
What else should we do to build your confidence?
Well, this is just as of lately. Like, I'm a confident person, but I just don't give sex appeal, if that makes sense. So I've been working on sex appeal and just doing things out of my norm. But I did send the video to Messiah. That's why I was on the phone wherever y'all called, or when I got on, because he was cracking up.
You always need that one person that you just send all like the wild shit or experimental shit that you do. Like send to them, just like get their feedback. You always need that one.
Yeah, I definitely forewarned her. I'm like, girl, you want to see this twerk video? But this is what we do. Like, sometimes I approve some of her nudes. Sometimes she approves mine, even though I don't take nudes. But I guess this can be considered as a nude, because, yeah, it was fun doing it. I see why these hoes be out here doing this shit, because it was fun.
Twerking or, like, taking pictures?
Oh, no, I didn't take a picture. I didn't do that. I'm not that bold yet. It was just the twerking video part. I deleted it when I was done with it, because I was like, oh, y'all not finna catch me in the cloud.
Yeah, the cloud storage is weird though. It's always like I always go through mine. I have to delete a bunch, but I definitely have photos on my phone that would never ever leave. But I guess they're all somewhat backed up to the cloud.
No, you actually have to log into the cloud and delete them.
Oh wow, that's pain.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing good. You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking. Who else am I talking to?
Oh, okay. I'm doing great, bro. So, with all COVID and everything, man, and, I know you guys don't know. YouTube. Well, Pierce, you know my mom better than anybody, but to a lot of listeners that don't know my mom don't play that shit. She's been strict her whole life. So with the whole pandemic breaking out, I really been able to live a life like that, and the world started opening back up again. So it's just kind of something we kind of agreed upon, where I kind of just hang out with one person. I just kind of chill with them. So I was with that person this weekend in the city. It was pretty solid. Had a good time. That was cool. One thing I got coming, since you brought it up to me, I guess this will be our first segment. Did you guys think of another name for it? I guess for right now it's going to be called the Glow Up, but I feel like that's such a bite off of the word glow that was already made. When people say glow up, so I'm trying to wait for a different word besides that. But we can start our first segment, the Glow Up, which is a segment where we talk about positive things going on in our life. I will be moving out. I'll be moving out this summer. Probably next month, to be completely honest with you. Depending on who you ask. It's been way overdue. I've been trying to wait till the fall to do it because I want to get some more bread back up after I dropped a bunch of money on this laptop, but things have changed. I've recouped some money, but money and everything, man. That's one thing I definitely had to learn, is that the experiences that you get when you're not in your parents' house don't equate to money. Money comes and goes, but life and experiences don't. And with me living here and having to follow their rules and having to do that stuff, it's just a natural butting of heads. I'm going to be 24 in 2 months. So this shit here has to come to an end. Yeah, I know you halfway to 30. It's cool. I know you halfway to 50, so you know.
You said that like I was supposed to be shook. I embrace getting older. I love it. So, I mean, we ain't going to be young forever. And then on top 100%. Of that, you only as old as you feel. So... And I look the same from when I was 21 between now. So even when I was a kid, I just got facial hair now.
I feel you.
Because this black ain't gonna crack.
Yeah, matter of fact, we work with somebody who's only young as she feels.
I'm sorry, you said what?
We work with somebody who's only young as she feels.
Who's only as young as she feels?
Yeah, and what you just said?
I mean, that's a few people. I don't
I just put it in the chat. Yeah, I put in the group chat. You'll see.
Oh, bye. Hello, bitch. Bro, she be lying about any and everything.
I know, bro. It's lame. Like, we gonna get off her. We gonna get off her. That shit lame. But anyway, so yeah, man, I'm moving up, and I'm potentially, we're gonna have a roommate. So, and that roommate will be Vontrell. So, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited to actually moving out, getting to do shit on my own, not having to come home, even though there should be times. Like, I'll be local to the house, like within 20 to 30 minutes. So, it won't be like I'm over here every day type shit. But there'll definitely be times where it's like, hey, come do this, hey, come do that. But I'm kind of waiting on that moment where it's going to be like, yo, like, pretty much I can't wait to say no. That's what I'm trying to say.
For someone
to come over? Yeah, I know that sounds terrible, but I can't wait to be like, no, I'm not coming. I can't wait for that shit.
Because you know I can be quick with it.
When do you think that will be?
Yeah, whenever she may need something moved, or could you pick up this box?
You're like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, I can't make it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Who's that in the background?
I'm sorry, that's my phone won't shut up. I was trying to silence it.
Distractions. Anyway. So yeah, I can't wait to hit him with that. No, I'm not coming. Or no, I can't do that for you. We can reschedule. Huh?
They just say you're busy. That's
what I'm be doing. I'm busy. I'm busy being in my apartment by myself.
Until they pull up on you.
Period. I told my parents about it yesterday. It just came up in conversation. They were actually here for it, and just because it was like, it's gonna help you get ahead, and it's just for a year. And I was like, yeah. And in my year, that's in my surprising. Place, I know, right? I know, but people are not like my people. Like they cool or whatever, but it's easier to talk to them when they got a drink in their system. So it's just less intimidating, if that makes sense.
Talking about moving in with them, moving back in.
Not moving back in with them, but like I just told them that it's a possibility that I might have a roommate, and they was like, yeah, and they was here for it. They was like, it's just to get ahead, and then they was like, we know you could do it on your own, so we really don't feel no way about it. Because at first they was under the impression that I was still finna move to but yeah, just saying wasn't in the stars for it just wasn't. So
fuck her, high key.
Man, it's just raggedy bitch. I thought about leaving a review, but I was like, fuck it, I don't care.
You should. Pierce, do you think you'll be moving out anytime soon?
Well, that's the plan with this job, is so I can save money and move out. So hopefully by next year I could do that. That's the plan, at least. We'll see. Life happens, shit, but
yeah. What time next year?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'd like to at least get a year's worth of checks under me, so I can save it. Because I don't want to move out and then just be broke immediately. Because then then I'm struggling right away. So at least I'd like to have somewhat of a cushion under me so I could move out and then continue doing whatever the fuck I want to do and shit. I don't want to be one of those people that save up just enough to move out and then they move out and then they don't do anything at all. And it's like, damn, well, couldn't have waited a couple more months, So I'll probably have a year's worth under me so I can have a good cushion and then make that move, But I honestly don't even think I want to move to anywhere in Illinois, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Because I mean, I feel like, and this isn't true, like I'm sure there's plenty of people that have done this, but I don't want to move 30 minutes, not shitting on you at all, trust me, but I don't want to move like down the street from my parents' crib and then, expect and think, okay, I'm just gonna move here for now. I'm under contract for a couple years, and then after that, I'm gonna move over here. No, like, because then you move and then you meet people. What if you meet a girl and then you guys move in together? Well, she doesn't want to move. Okay, now you're like, okay, well, I'm not gonna move because I want to lose her. All right, boom. What if you have, shit happens? You have a fuck around and have a baby. It's like, okay, well, now we got to take care of this. I don't have the money to do that. So then you find yourself 10 years later, like, damn, I really live 15 minutes from my parents still. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd much rather just move away and start.
I've moved out of state before, and it's a lot to move out of state.
I'm sure
like, it is definitely a lot. And then the first time I did it, it was a rush decision. So like, I just took a shit, and because it was the shit I gotta get off the pot, so I took a shit. And when I did it, I was like, man, I need this. It's like I left here with $6,000, and then when I got out there, I had paid to get my car brought up there. And that was $900. And then where I was staying at, like with my friend, he wasn't charging me no rent, which I felt was weird. And it really, and in the long run, it actually was some bullshit to that. But that's a different one for a different day. But anyway, it was a lot more going into, you have to plan for that. And then on top of that, if you have furniture, like I know next time I move, I'm gonna move with my stuff, because every time I move, I felt like I had to start over. So this time, like since I have furniture in like an actual place, I don't feel like I'm starting over. I'm just bettering myself. But I did tell myself that this was going to be my last year here, only because I just want to go. I don't want to go.
Like,
I definitely want to go.
I just can't. Because granted, like, I live close enough to Chicago to where I can go there any fucking time I want to. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously moving there and living in Chicago is going to be different. But, I don't know, man. I'm just ready to experience new things, meet new people, go new places. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to keep going to the same places every single time. And, and the only thing that's different is I may live a little closer to it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, and you're right, it does take a lot of planning. And, so that's what I plan on doing during my time while I'm working, this and that. And I'm going to have a good amount of money saved up. I'm talking to people, seeing some people want to move. If not, then I'll have to find roommates, this and that. But, I don't know. I just feel like that's, it's either now, again, it's not now or never, but I'd much rather do it now than later. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Definitely. Because now it's time to do that type of shit.
Especially at the age we're at, it's like, fuck it, why not? We're young enough to where we can move and still like have a life and not be like, oh, damn, I'm so old, I can't even meet. No, like, bro, we could still move and meet people and have a great time and do whatever. But I just don't want to. I'm seeing people buying apartments or, getting into 2-3 year, leases, this and that. And I'm like, fuck, like,
an apartment lease is only a year. But
no,
I have been seeing people buying houses and shit. And I was like, ooh.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
y'all gonna sit here.
Yeah, you buy a house in the city that you grew up in. Like,
yeah.
What? Like, I just would not want to do that, man. Personally, I just want to get out of here. Not shitting on Lake County, not shitting on where I live at all, because there's great people here, but some,
it ain't about y'all.
Does anybody want to fucking live in the same city that they grew up in? Like, I don't personally. I know some people don't have an issue with that, but like, no, I'm trying to experience some new shit, bro. Like, to be honest with you. So that's the plan for me is,
So where do you want to go?
I don't know, man. I was thinking somewhere on the West Coast. I know Cali's mad expensive, you know what I'm saying? But that's not out of the question. But I mean, there's also like Washington, Arizona. I mean, Colorado's nice as fuck. I mean, there's plenty of places, you know, I'm still trying to figure all that out. But I just know I don't want to move here. That's really what it is. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Again, not shitting on anybody who has done that, because like I said, there's plenty of people that have moved down the street and then I moved away. It's not like it's a death sentence by all means. I just feel like there's a bigger chance of you ended up staying where you live at if that's the first place you move is, you know, and some people don't have a choice, you know, so, you know, some people have like family issues and shit like that. So I get it, you know, it's not everyone can just move out away, you know, but I don't know, man. I don't have that issue to where I feel like I have to move out immediately and shit like that. So I feel like if I'm going to move, I might as well move where I want to, you know, not move where I have to type shit.
True that.
So that's my thinking on it.
That's real. That's real. I 100% agree with that. I'm just going to move here locally for one. So I feel like, and we've had this talk on the show before a while ago, but I feel like a lot of the networking base that I have right now is here. While I have people other state I can network with, I'm sure through the grapevine, people I know here, I could go somewhere else. I'm going to take this next year, really pound out what I want here, really get ironed out here locally, knock out Chicago, become really ingrained there, put my foot out there, and then from there I'm going to go. So for me, next year is when I look to make my big move. I was thinking Chicago possibly, because I do like the city. It's a really great place, but at the same time, you never know. But I know for now, I'll definitely be local until further notice. And only reason why I'm moving out so much sooner is because of the pandemic. I wish I had more bread stacked up. That way maybe I could go farther away from home because I have a car. And had I had more bread stacked up, I wouldn't mind living a little further away if it means that whether it be cheaper or just, you know, seeing something different in my life on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty much what it is, man. That's pretty much what it is. Bro. Like, I'm trying to see some other shit, bro. I'm just trying to see some trees. I'm trying to see some different stoplights. Trying to see different coffee shops on the corner. Like, I'm not trying to see stoplights. So I feel you on that.
100%. All right, you guys want to wrap up that first segment?
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Beautiful. Moving on. Let's go to miscellaneous. First thing on the docket, let's get into Jcole and Noname. Now, for those who do not know, I don't even really want to call it a beef, because a lot of times with beef, it's a lot more personal. I feel like this was just like a conflicting look of ideas and miscommunication when you handle it. Noname put out a tweet a few months ago, actually on May 29th, if I remember correctly. So Vontrell, you made a good point that J. Cole's response is really late and that his timing is absolutely terrible. But on May 29th, Noname tweeted, quote, "Poor black folks all over the country are putting their bodies on the line in protest for our collective safety. Y'all favorite top selling rappers not even willing to put a tweet up. Niggas' whole discographies be about black plight and they're nowhere to be found," end quote. That was May 29th. Friday, or was it Thursday, J. Cole dropped a song called Snow on the Bluff, where essentially he was talking about Noname and the way that she handled things. It was not received well by most. I will say this. I think the song is nice. But is J. Cole perfectly right in the situation? Absolutely not, because the timing was absolutely terrible. That may not it's not obviously not his intention to hurt or attack black people or black women at that matter, I don't think. But that's how everyone took it. What I don't like about the situation is the fact that everyone is jumping to conclusions and pretty much Twitter being Twitter, and they say, oh, he's a misogynist, he's attacking black women at this time, fuck J. Cole. I saw one tweet that said the C in COVID stands for cold. No. The C in cold stands for COVID because he's a virus. And they were just going in on this man. I'm like, damn. So what do you guys think about it, though?
I don't know. I mean, I guess for the song, like listening to the song, he's basically just kind of saying like he's not really educated enough to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I guess that's nice, you know, that he's saying that. So I guess that kind of gives an explanation to him being as quiet as he is. I also get what Noname was saying, though, because his discography is a lot about like those type of topics. So, you know, you would think if anybody was going to speak out and make a statement, J. Cole would be the one to do it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he hasn't really. He's been at the protests. It's not like he's just been at the crib. He's been doing shit. Yeah. Like, but the way I feel like we've seen J. Cole and he's kind of been presented himself as someone who would kind of take these opportunities to, you know, get his voice heard and, you know, speak out and actually make almost try to be a leader in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Which he isn't. And that's not. And the thing is, like, no one has to do that. Just because you're a celebrity or, you talk about this, no one has to do that. So I'm not saying that's what he should be doing. I don't think that he should have made the song, though. I don't know. It was just really out of place. It seemed like just kind of came out of nowhere. It's like, what? Like, why are you talking about her all of a sudden? And then she came back and she was just spitting facts, man. She really was, bro. So I don't know. I don't really know what his goal was. I don't know if his goal was, explain why he hasn't said anything. I don't know if his goal was to,
because technically she didn't name drop him. She just said your top 5 favorite rappers ain't doing nothing. But
top 5 selling favorite rappers.
Either way, everybody has a different favorite rapper. Like, I don't think everybody has the same top 5.
Well, I mean, if you look at the top 5 selling rappers, I mean, you probably have Drake. I'd imagine you have Cole,
Kendrick.
I don't know who the other Future, maybe, but I wouldn't really expect Future to make a statement on this. And then I don't know who else, but I mean, has Kendrick made a statement about it?
No, he wouldn't protest it though.
Yeah, he wouldn't protest, So again, I mean, if anything, I would imagine Kendrick would say something over Jcole, you know what I'm saying? Because he had the whole To Pimp a Butterfly thing going on, So I don't know, but what again? Like, I think as celebrities, it's expected for them to say something, you know what I'm saying? But not everybody's goal is to do that. Not everybody has to be an activist. Not everyone has to be, a leader.
They don't have to post it. Like, we don't. Exactly. We don't know what they're doing outside of the internet. So if they could be doing this, that, and the next, and they don't feel the need to post it because it's not about posting right now. And I feel like people who do post their quote unquote good deeds, you're really only doing this for some type of clout. So
literally, especially if you'll post like, oh, okay, I donated, but you don't show any links.
Oh, right.
You're just showing how much you donated, and it's like, all right, well, you're not giving anybody else any information to help, to also help. So I think there's plenty of people doing that. They've been doing that for fucking ever, and I'm sure now more and more people are doing that just to say that they did something. But I'd imagine that that these rappers are doing things. Like, they're not just gonna sit back and chill out. I mean, like I said, we know Kendrick and Cole went to protest. We know various other rappers have gone to protest and donated money, so it's out there. But I just don't think the song really should have been like. I just don't get the point of the song. Like, it's a good song, it's a nice song. Jcole does what he does, but I mean, this is kind of like, why?
I think the purpose of the song is the same way like when he dropped False Prophets. I feel like, so her thing was your favorite artist not even putting out tweets, blah 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 blah, right? My thing is that not everyone does the same thing when something happens. So, for example, since we're on Cole's not a tweeter. Everyone knows that. He don't really be on social media like that. Or at least he doesn't tweet like that. I don't know. Maybe he could just be watching, not tweet. Regardless, the man does not really put out tweets. So, with that being said, you can't hold him accountable for not tweeting when he doesn't tweet. He does different things. I'm sure, I would assume that he does give backs, but it's more in private. He's a very private person. We don't see a lot of his life. We only see him when he's dropping music, does music videos, then he disappears for like a year or two. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we can't hold him accountable for something that he's not normally going to do. He's a doer. He went out, he protested in Ferguson. He did the Million Man March a few years ago, if I'm saying that correctly. Hopefully I'm naming it the right march. And then he was out here in 2020 at the protest now. So I think that when we talk about people doing deeds and stuff like that, Pierce, you made a good point. We should not be competing who does good deeds and shit. That shit weird.
Yeah.
But like I said, he's been out there in the streets and he does this thing. So I really feel like that wasn't fair, but he took it personal. So I think that because he's an artist and he can only do what he does best, his best thing to do is rap. That's how he expresses himself and expresses his thoughts. He could have kept this one in the chamber, but he's like, fuck it, I'm going to put it out to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe there was some deeper message, deeper meaning behind it. I'm sure it could have been solved with a phone call as to why he did that, but... Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey, Vontrell, you might get a call. I think that's who I think it was. So you might get a call.
Just put your stuff on.
Answered it.
No, I'm talking.
But if that's the call you was been waiting for,
nigga, they will be okay. I'm busy.
All right.
As I was saying, the best way he learns to express himself is through music. He's always been vocal about other people through his music. He did it on False Prophets. He did it on 1985. He did it with this song. And he's done it plenty of other times too. So I think that's why he did it. It's just as an artist, the best way to express yourself is through music. One person that got under my skin though was Chance the Rapper, and I feel like
Why is he getting under your skin? Because you haven't seen him do anything?
No, absolutely not. No. Like I said, people do different things. Maybe do something behind the scenes. I'm not gonna assume because he did a tweet because he put out a tweet that he's not doing anything. I'm not gonna assume that. I feel like that Chance the Rapper is being kind of hypocritical because he said Jcole could have called Noname and this could have been a private discussion. But yet Chance the Rapper on the song I Might Need Security called out the mayor of Chicago and said fuck you like a million times. You guys know what song I'm talking about?
That
Fuck you.
Different.
Is it though?
I feel like that was different. We're not in the middle of a pandemic or a civil war. So that was definitely different.
But it's the same energy.
Like a year old. And then on top of that, everybody was fed up with the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same. That's like someone saying, that's like YG making a song called Fuck Donald Trump. So why did you just call Donald? You didn't have to make the whole song.
Okay, that's fair. Even though I'm pretty sure Chance has met with the mayor before. Right. But
I'm sure it's more of those things are more of just like a statement over trying to actually contact the, whatever politician you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, that's fair. Good point.
I feel like that's, he's done that. I don't know, man. I just
don't feel it was needed right now. And then on top of that, this is all stemming from a tweet. If you was truly... Yeah, and that was another thing too. Like he responded to this tweet like a month later. So if he was really that bothered, I do agree. You should have.
He wasn't even named in the tweet,
Exactly. So he felt this was something to do with him personally. Like this was way deeper than probably what we think and what we know.
Yeah, probably because it did kind of come out like, whoa. Like, what is this? Why?
It called me complete. At first,
and what's crazy is I didn't even know he was talking about somebody until I got on Twitter. So
I don't know. Right.
I went completely over my head that he was talking about somebody.
I did not know that either until the next day. I saw everyone talking about it. I was like, oh, I see how it kind of connects. I thought he was just making a song about it, and he kind of just used the girl as just someone to, get the thought out. But I guess it does kind of make sense. When you hear what it's originally really about, and then you go back and listen to it, you do kind of think like, man, like, what are you really trying to say right now? Like, what's the goal of this song for you? So I don't know. I definitely could see why it was taken the way it was. But he stands by what he says, I'd imagine that he would, but I don't know, man. It was just a little weird. Kind of came out of nowhere, and it kind of seemed a little like he was hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, you really.
And then what's crazy is the more people dissect the song was the more bad press he got. So I feel he should have just kept this behind wraps. Or just like when he got it out, he could have, because I do get that whole venting and expressing yourself. Well, you didn't have to actually release this track. This track could have stayed in the vault. So,
or he could have just started, become more vocal about the situation. If he felt like
instead of going this route,
she's right. I'm gonna say something. Because like I said, if you're looking at the rappers that we have today, and if you were gonna pick someone who would make a political statement, during times like this, there's only a few rappers I would really choose, and two of them would be Jcole and Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? And like, you haven't really heard much from either one. Not that they haven't done anything. Again, like I said, they've been to protests. We've seen the pictures, but you would think that a statement would have been made or like a speech given at these rallies or whatever the case is. Not just a picture of them there type shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real, 100%. I feel like, what do you guys think of Noname's response?
She was valid in what she was saying.
Yeah, he
was hurt, and there's so many other things going on right now, and here we are going back and forth.
Literally, like this. It's not like that's what you choose to make a song about, bro. Like, come on, man.
And then come on, bro. Yeah, I was like, another thing is people be waiting to hear from Cole. So I'm sure to like, once people was dissecting this song and realized it was something more to it than what it actually was, it was kind of a disappointment. Like, Because out of all things, like when celebrities are releasing music right now, I feel like it should be to uplift the times, or, you know, to even talk about the times, but not to bring someone else down. Even though he didn't bring her down or anything else, no one is really focusing on their issue. They're more so focused on their quote unquote beef, if that makes sense. So,
So how do you feel about it, Devonn? I know you're a huge Cole fan. Did you feel like everything was kind of unjust, the flack he was getting for it, you know, or do you understand why people felt the way he does? And how do you feel about his lack of comments? I know obviously no one's expected to speak, but looking back on the shit he's made and what he's talked about, and now this is going on, did you expect to hear something from Jcole?
I expected a song for sure. I didn't expect any tweets or statements. I did expect to go see him protest. So I wasn't surprised by that. But I am disappointed in the timing. And really looking, and I'm not even gonna sit here and jack to you guys. When he was first getting flack for it, I'm like, why is everybody so mad at him? Because when you look at things, you look at people's reactions nowadays, you have to sit there and sift through the legitimate reactions and the bullshit reactions. When you got people calling him a misogynist, say he hates black women, say he does this, say he does that.
I don't feel that though. I don't
at all, because people have like, damn, come on.
Everybody over here having technical difficulties, I see.
But like, I think the backlash he got for his timing was justified. Even though it's hard, timing can be such a hard thing to predict, because you can't. I mean, you could try to read the room or read the world and get a temperature, but at the same time, you're never gonna know what everyone's thinking at once. You're never gonna be able to keep everybody happy. But I do feel like he maybe could have saved this and tucked this for the album, to be honest with you, instead of releasing it now. But I don't
even think he need to release it, and be real with you, because it still would have been. It's the same thing. I mean, he's coming at somebody for speaking out, and was saying like she needs to like tone it down, and all this. I don't know. It just doesn't sound. It's like, I just don't get the point of the song. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of you making that song? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe toning it down. I would definitely say that, but I feel like he was just more like, there's different ways to come about when it comes to talking to people and helping them adjust and learn things. There's different ways to do it. Don't sit here and complain about something and talk to me about something and say, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, if you're not going to be the one to come tell me and educate me to help me out.
But is it their job to educate? Just because they know something and they've done their own research, it's now their job. It's now their job to educate people who haven't done their own research on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I guess it'd be nice, but it's not anybody's job. If you want to learn more about it and you can't understand this, how I'm talking about it, then don't get mad at me for the words I'm using. You know what I'm saying? Go redo your own research and figure out what the fuck the words I'm using mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get mad at me because I'm talking too smart for you. Mm-hmm. But now if she was making a point to teach people and to educate people, and people were like, I don't understand what you're saying, and blah, 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 then that's different. But it's not like she was making a point to, and she took it upon herself to educate these people. People are just, or I guess Cole is just upset because she's not making it easy enough to understand, but there's plenty of books out there that are written for people to understand. There's plenty of websites, there's plenty of videos, like you shouldn't have to look to somebody to teach you things that you can teach yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, how are you going to get mad at her for just speaking on things and using certain words or vernacular or talking about certain topics, and you're upset because you don't understand? It's like, what? That's not really fair to them,
100%. I agree. And to Noname's credit, she actually started a whole book club on Twitter and Instagram. And it's been up for damn near a year now, I believe, which I think is really dope. So when he did that and he said that, I sat there, I'm like, but she has a whole book club. So maybe I think that was him, again, not being on social media and not really realizing that she does that work. Maybe he did know. I don't know. But I definitely see where you're coming from with that. But I think I think this is a difference. It's an opinion of, difference is an opinion as to how you would handle something and how things should be done. He feels like, look, if you're going to talk about it, be about it. If you instead of getting mad at us, why don't you come help us make this change? Whereas her thing is like, bro, and a lot of other people, like exactly how you feel. It's like, yo, go do research yourself. Go do it. Me personally, I think it should be a combination of both. Yes, go do your own research, but there are going to be things that we all miss, no matter what topic you're discussing, whether it be civil rights, whether it be politics, whether it be sports. You go do your own research, but at the same time, if someone else who has more knowledge than you sits there and criticizes you for not knowing something, instead of criticizing it and making us, be at odds and criticizing me, why don't you come over here and be like, yo, this is what you need to be doing instead of this, or you could be doing this, or you could be doing that. I think it's a difference of how things are handled, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on what the person who knows this information, like how they're going about, talking to people about it, like, because I don't know if she was making a point to like educate people, or if she was just kind of, if people are talking about it and she was kind of coming out of the blue saying like, you guys are stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, do more research. And that if she was doing that and just calling people out
that's not a point
randomly, then it's like, okay, well, you don't got to make us feel like shit. You could, let us know. But if Cole was coming from a standpoint of, more than we do, so you should be teaching us, and it's like,
it's not our responsibility.
How do you think that she learned it?
100%.
Did she take a private class? You know what I'm saying? Like, she did the research, she read the books, went online, did the research, figured this shit out, and and then formed her own opinions on it. So I don't know. I don't think it was it definitely was not up to her to teach people. It's definitely not up to her to dumb things down. There's the information's out there. If people really want to learn about it, then do it yourself. It doesn't take a celebrity or a rapper to teach you, man. At the end of you know what I'm saying? So, so it's not up to her. So no, I don't think she's in the wrong whatsoever, at all.
I'm sorry, I gotta excuse these loud ass kids.
I was gonna say, bro, control your fucking kids.
First of all, these ain't my fucking kids. These are the neighbors' kids.
Your fucking son, bro.
Okay.
Damn, get your shit together.
Nah, these neighbors need to get their fucking shit together. Ooh, y'all, 10 more days. Oh my goodness.
Nah, that's more than. Oh yeah, the first. The first thing you out of there.
Out. Okay, I'm over it. I'm so over it. I am gonna leave a horrible review for this fucking place.
I feel you completely. But to get back on track, one lyric that kind of stuck out to me about it was more than just. It was more than just like obviously what he said. Well, the majority of stuff. The lyric that stuck out to me the most was that just because you woke and I'm not, that shit ain't a reason to talk like you better than me. That to me really signified like, damn, he was super offended by this because she felt that she was like talking down to them type situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the part that really struck a nerve for him. That really made him upset. But other than that, I don't feel like excuse me, dang, I don't feel like he was being crazy disrespectful. He didn't call out her name. He didn't say anything bad about her. He didn't knock her artistry or knock any of her efforts. Jesus. Man, go ahead.
Really go.
All right, I'm good. You said that Corona fucking me up. Stop playing with me.
I don't know, man.
But I think that's part that struck him. But yeah, he wasn't being disrespectful. He wasn't shitting on black women, none of that. So a lot of the outrage is pretty unnecessary. Like people saying he's a misogynist, doesn't care about black women. The whole time he rented out his childhood home to let single mothers live there rent free after he dropped Forest Hills Drive. So how can you sit here and say he's deciding this?
Most people are just talking. They're just talking. So I wouldn't. Obviously, I'm sure most people aren't going to cancel. No one's canceling Jcole. You know what I'm saying? Like no one's going to do that. I don't know, man. I don't know.
One thing I don't get though is maybe this is my fan part of me speaking, but it's just like, why say fuck Jcole? And I see some people who are like, I've been fuck Jcole. Fuck Jcole. I've been on that shit. Why? That's what I don't understand personally. Maybe that's the fan of me speaking. I'm only seeing things from one side. But have you guys seen anything that will make someone be like, in the years past, besides what just happened, in years past, that'll make someone be like, yo, fuck Jcole?
I don't know, man. I mean, people say fuck all types of artists. I think you're just taking a little too personal. I know you're a huge.
Maybe that's all right, whatever.
I know you're a huge Cole fan, but I mean, people say fuck all types of rappers all the time just because they don't like them. I mean,
they definitely do.
It's not that deep or whatsoever. Just keep it pushing, bro. You know, not everyone has to be a Cole fan. I know you're a big Cole fan.
Yeah, I'm not saying everybody does. I just when people say fuck, like for example, like I'm not the biggest fan of Lil Uzi, but I wouldn't say fuck Lil Uzi.
Why not? Fuck him.
See,
I'm just
it's like I have no reason to say fuck him. It'd just be like, yeah, I don't really like his music, but I wouldn't be like fuck Lil Uzi.
I don't know, man. I just think it's just choice of words. I don't think anyone's really like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I hope he dies. But like, no one's really saying that. It's just another way to say I don't like that person. You know.
Yeah.
I just think you're taking it. I think you're just looking way too deep into those words. You know.
Yeah, because if that's the case, that means I should be battling everybody who got something to say about Beyonce, because she is.
But you do be ready to fight though.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't. It just irritates me when people be trying to undermine her, or like, you know, oh, she's all hype and this, that, and the next. There is officially no hype around Beyonce, so that's all.
Here's what'd you say?
He said, "Fuck her." That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. I just wasn't going to dignify that. I heard you, nigga. I see you. Okay.
How do you guys feel about everyone putting so much weight on celebrities to have these huge political responses? And
I think it's stupid. I think people need to do the research, like Pierce just said, and figure out what works for you. Like, because at the end of the day, politics is more so of a personal thing. It's what's working for you. You need to know who's in House, who's in Senate, the three legislative branches of government, and so on and so forth. So people just need to do the research and be more involved, and not count on a celebrity thing, because a celebrity could be pushing something that actually has nothing to do with you or whatever the case may be, your community or anything. Yep. They just want you to follow suit, and you shouldn't do that. So
exactly. Make your own form your own opinions. Don't be these celebrities are not gods. They're not most of them. I'd imagine a lot of them aren't even that smart. They just happen to pop off because they look good, or, you know, just right place, right time type shit. And a lot of them may even be pushing for, you know, topics or laws that affect them better than they affect you. And you're sitting here like, yeah, I want the same thing that they want, and you're not even gonna get any type of the benefits from it. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's cool to be fans of people. You know, there's people are fans of all types. You know, whether it's sports, artists, you know, music, whatever the fuck. But I mean, like, don't just because they said something doesn't mean that you also have to like it now. Like, you got to form your own opinions. And you got to do your own research. I mean, I don't know. I would hope that people wouldn't take celebrities' opinions to heart, but I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people worship celebrities for whatever reason. I don't even know why, but I don't know. Like, it's not expected from anybody. Like, I'm not expecting anybody to make a statement about it. You know, if they want to, they want to. If they don't, they don't. But I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like the way people are looking at celebrities now is just weird, bro. It's way weird.
A lot of putting people on pedestals, a lot of expecting the best out of these people. The whole time, they're just people like us three, and they're wrong too about certain things. But I think that they assume that because you have 10 million followers, that you have a blue check, or that you pop out in cars with Lamborghinis, that you're supposed to be this aficionado who's going to lead the new world and speak out certain shit. You're going to change everything. Shit, they may expect you to. I guarantee you, if there are certain celebrities who would be like, yeah, I'm going to run for president, and motherfuckers would be like, okay, I'm for it. You can win the presidency. But it's just like, that person's not meant to be president. They're only looking at the celebrity status, whatever money, or a lot of times, you know, entertainers, they look at that, what they could do for them. Just because someone may be a good rapper or a good entertainer doesn't mean they're a great politician. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean anything. And I feel like, again, that goes on people not forming their own opinions, not actually taking the time to understand who the person is that they're following and what's actually going on in the world. They don't really understand that. I don't get why they put people on such high pedestals to make these grand statements and fix everything with a simple donation of $10,000 or something like that. I don't get it.
I think people are hopeful that it happens. You know, like, if you're a huge fan of someone, you want them to say something because you want them to be on the right side of whatever. But I mean, I don't know, man. I imagine celebrities are probably like, fuck, now, you know, when everything happens, like, fuck, now they probably expect me to say some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to necessarily, unless I felt felt extremely strong about something, you know, and was educated enough on it. Because most of these celebrities probably are not educated on a lot of these topics. You know, like, they're regular.
Exactly.
If we aren't educated enough to make these grand statements, celebrities are not educated enough unless they go out of their way to learn this, just like as if we were to go out of our way. So I mean, I don't know. I just think people like look at celebrities as like they're like human 2.0s and they're like smarter than us and they're more, all this shit, so they should be able to, like, no, like they're regular ass people. They just happen to become famous. You know what I'm saying? So if you wouldn't expect, your neighbor to make this huge, statement on his front lawn, then why are you expecting some rapper or actor or whoever to make some statement? Like, come on. It's just, I don't know. They're just like us. You know what I'm saying? They just happen to have a little bit more money.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely so. Vontrell, you got anything, or are we moving on?
Hello? Vontrell?
I'm here. We can move on.
All right. So moving on, let's go to Juneteenth. Did you guys do anything on Juneteenth?
I was at work, but Beyonce did release a song for Juneteenth, so it was actually pretty decent.
Was
it? I didn't hear it.
I put it in a group chat, so
I'll check.
All right, he played it for me. The beat is super decent, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think that a lot of this music, kind of like the music they're releasing, really fits the times, and I'm happy about that. And it's kind of like a soundtrack to what we're going through. The best protest movement song I've heard though so far is that Lil Baby song. That shit is hard.
For sure.
Woo.
Yeah, he dropped a song I was expecting Jcole to drop. Like real.
Period.
That's a completely valid. I understand that. Hell yeah.
It definitely came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it from him, but from what I hear, he's not what he's portrayed to be as. Like he's a lot smarter than. And that's what I think the song kind of gives you a little insight to, and I imagine a lot of these rappers are, a lot of these rappers aren't stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like they may rap about certain things probably because that's what gets the money, that's what they've experienced, this is that, but you just think that they don't learn things. You don't think that the people they surround themselves, not that they are going to be surrounded with, aren't going to try to give them some tips here and there. So I'm glad he made the song. It was actually that's probably the best song that's come out because of this that I've heard so far. I haven't heard the Beyonce one, so I can't, say with confidence. But from so far,
Beyonce was more about being black and black pride and black power and stuff like that.
Okay. I mean,
yeah, I guess Little Baby song got a little more weight to it.
Yeah, it's a lot more weight to it. A lot more weight. I feel like it fits better for what's actually going on type shit. It was nice. It was really good to hear. I'm glad he made it.
He's like evolved this year though. He's going to a whole other level.
Well, I mean, a lot of rappers are. I mean, you look at what Meek Mill or Jay-Z, what they've been doing with prisons and stuff like that. There's a lot of rappers that are trying to do better, and I'd imagine a lot of them aren't always just out making. Not everyone's trying to flex charity. You know what I'm saying? So, which I think is fucking lame. But so I'm sure there's a lot out there. But I'm glad he is doing it. I'm glad Baby is really doing something like that. And I'm looking forward to seeing other artists kind of step up and at least not make statements, but just show that they're more than just, especially if they have so much to say in the songs that they make other than right now, and they have so much to say about every other topic out there. But then when something like this happens, then they're quiet. It's one thing if it's a thing about like Jcole, where he's usually a more private person to begin with and doesn't really make statements like that. Then you expect him to make a statement all out of nowhere. All of a sudden, it's like, no. But if you have rappers that are constantly talking about this and that, or constantly, chiming in here, going on live and saying this and that, but then when something actually who is affecting the community happens and then they're quiet, it's like, all right, bro, you're kind of lame for that,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see if any other rappers that have, usually are on IG Live and, talking big all the time and doing this and that are actually going to say something, or if they're going to stay quiet too,
Exactly. Or people who are profiting off of it. Like, I know you guys have seen some like Instagram influencers who go there and drop like Fashion Nova ads, or be like, mask by whatever the case, and have like tag the little fashion products, and then it's like, what are you really there for?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I'm sure a lot of people are just trying to make profits off. Brother, every catastrophe, every horrible events, there's always people trying to make profit off. There's always people. I mean, you had, even when this the pandemic was going on or started off, you had people buying up toilet paper.
It was over.
Trying to sell it You know, so it's like even in times where we should all be sticking together, you still got people trying to take advantage of people. So I mean, you don't think that artists aren't going to do the same thing when they got millions of eyes on them and they know people are going to buy their shit?
Yeah. And that's the fucked up part, because it's a chasing and continuing thing for capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
People are so focused on capitalism, they're not really focused on what's actually important. The reality is, people, even we live in a capitalistic society, people don't understand the dangers of capitalism. Black people feel it, but in terms of how actually shitty capitalism actually is and the downsides of it, but and that's a whole other conversation, the other book that's on the hit, but they don't really understand like how powerful capitalism is in good ways and negative ways.
Mm-hmm.
It drives people to do shit. It drives people to do things that are outside of their body in order to chase a dollar. It puts the dollar on so much of a pedestal to do so many different things to get it, and they often lose sight of actually what's important.
A lot of the time.
Yeah. All right, moving on. How do you feel about Jamie Foxx starring in the Mike Tyson biopic?
I'm here for it. That's believable.
Bro, Jamie Foxx is an amazing actor, bro. You saw him play Ray Charles? What? I thought that was Ray Charles on the screen, bro.
Like, he literally turns into the character.
Yeah, so if anybody's gonna make a biopic believable, it'd be Jamie Foxx. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am. Have you heard his impressions of him?
Amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, they're obviously not spot on, but I mean, they're extremely close. You know,
close enough.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm definitely looking forward to it for sure.
Yes,
great movie. I hope. At least.
Yeah. Oh no, it should be a good movie. I think Jamie Foxx is honestly one of the most talented people ever. I mean, the man can sing, the man can act. The man, he not just whatever sing, huh?
He's a comedian.
Thank you. I knew I was something. Thank you. He's a comedian, but if you like look at it, he does everything exceptionally well. Like, he's not just okay, and because a lot of times you have somebody who does multiple things, they're okay in each aspect. No, he's great at all three. I remember when he put that song out, the alcohol, that was huge, a banger. And then he put out some more bangers, like he had that song "Fall for Your Type" with Drake, banger. Jamie Foxx show, fire. Ray Charles, fire. Like, I'm excited to see what's about to go on here.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be great. To be honest with you. When is it supposed to come out? Do you know, or is it just?
I thought I read something today that says it's going to come out next week.
Sorry.
Next week?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yes, next week.
It's like they play in the fucking hallway. I don't get it.
Yeah, bro. Can you go out there, like, tell them to shut the fuck up or something?
I could just mute the mic.
That'll work. That'll work. Whenever we're ready for it, I'll just throw you the lob when we're ready. So, yeah, I think the biopic's going to come out next week. So I'm looking forward to that. Do we still care about COVID?
Yes. Yes. One of my best friends went out of town this weekend. They went to New Orleans, and all of her posts, they were in the clubs, they were at the bars. I mean, they were super cute. But at the same time, I'm like,
you know, fuck about them being cute. Why would you say that?
We do. Because they were. I mean, this is what we do. But her and her friends, I mean, they were celebrating her friend's birthday. I'm like, y'all could have had one of them super sexy slumber parties, Savage Fenty style, and just called it one. But no, but just wanted to go out of town because motherfuckers are thirsty to get out here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, I hope you okay. But I didn't see nobody with no mask. Everywhere she went, nobody had on a mask. So it's just interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I still think it is a serious thing. You know, like it hasn't slowed down at all. There's been more cases. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been really watching the news, so I don't know if the news is talking about it. But that might be a reason why. Is the news still talking? Have anybody seen the news?
I don't watch news.
Okay, well, if they're not talking about it, then they're not. Then I imagine most people are like, okay, well, that's over. But no, it's a serious thing still. I mean, the all the doctors know it. You know what I'm saying? All the experts know it. It's just really, but you got to make the people believe it. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta. And the thing is, when you got leaders, not just the president, but you got governors of various states. If they don't take it seriously, then it's like, okay, well, if the person that's in charge of my state or country isn't taking it serious, why should I take it seriously? You know what I'm saying? But then you got to remember that they don't take it serious because it's affecting them financially. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's affecting us financially. So if we really wanted to get back to work, you'd think everyone would just be like, all right, let's just kind of slow down. But no, it's not happening. You saw how quick these states wanted to open up. You saw now that people are like Vontrell said, you know. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then on top of that, they weren't trying to give us that other stimulus. So
yeah, like what? Are we getting that? I don't even know if are we getting. Is that a thing now?
No, we're not getting that. We are not getting that. Like,
how crazy is that, man? They give us one check of $1,200, and you're like, okay, that's good. It's like,
what's crazy is my mom, she told me back in like 2007, 2008, when Obama took office, he gave them a stimulus. They gave him $600 stimulus, $300 for you and then $300 for your kids. And I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. But we didn't even know that. I wasn't even aware of that because we were children. We didn't feel it at all. And now that we're adults and it's happening again, we feel it. So
yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy how I feel like the government does whatever they can to help us as little as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and granted, like, you don't want to just rely on the government to live. You really don't, because I wouldn't want to rely on the government to give me everything I want. You know what I'm saying? But in times like this, when there's tens of millions of people that are out of work for who knows how long, you know what I'm saying? You got people that need to go to the hospital. You got people that need to eat, you know, have a roof over their head, and there's really no foreseeable end. You know what I'm saying? Because from what I'm hearing, there's supposed to be another pop in cases in a couple months in the fall type shit, especially with the summer coming and everyone's gonna be outside. I know for a fact there's gonna be more cases coming up when people go back inside and shit like that. So I mean, if I don't know. Like, you would think it would just be an easy, like, oh yeah, no, let's help them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's give them at least a couple months of checks. You know what I'm saying? But they're not doing that. You know, they think one $1,200 check is gonna be good for that. You know, if you're not working or you live with your parents or whatever the case is, or you're still working, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But like, what if you have 2-3 kids? You know what I'm saying? What if you have a mortgage you have to pay? What if, you know? It's like, what do you expect these people to do? You know, and now you got a lot of people going on unemployment, which I guess a lot of people are making a lot more money than some people that are
beyond me.
It's crazy, you know. But I don't know, man. It's frustrating looking at the government, and you're just like, how, like, what do you like? We're begging you for help, you know, and you're just like, no, you guys are okay, you know. But then you got the corporations that are getting billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in help, you know, for help, and it's like you're willing to give these Fortune 500 companies anything they want. But you don't even want to give the citizens who voted for you and are making this country run. You don't even want to help them out. You'd rather them starve and, you know, and force them into you know, down the roads of like possible, you know, thievery or burglary or whatever the case is. Because what else are you supposed to do in times like this? Like, okay, I have a family I need to feed. You know what I'm saying? I need to eat. I need to do this and that. And I've been looking for a job. I can't find a job. The government's not helping. I can't. So what's the next option? You know. So then you wonder why, you know, you're seeing people riot or you're seeing people get upset. Like, no, it's not just because people are fucking bored. It's because the government's not doing their job and they're not trying to fucking help us and get it and pull us out of this. You know, like, you can sit here and say, well, just do it yourself. But it's like, that's obviously not the case. It's not as easy as it sounds. And I'm sure if everyone had a choice, they wouldn't be jobless, you know, looking for the next fucking meal. Like, I'm sure everyone would love to have a job and just get back to how life was, even though life wasn't the best either. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's frustrating, you know. It's frustrating, but I'm not surprised because all the governments do this, bro. Like, you know, you vote someone in who says they're gonna, you know, they're here for the people, they're gonna help you, this and that, and they're better than every other president, and then you realize they're the same as every other president. You know, it's just the same cycle over and over and over again. You know, but that's not really gonna change unless we get different people, different generations in there, different fucking parties. But, you know, we already know that they do whatever they can to keep it Republican or Democrat, no matter what. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, next thing I want to say, do we still care about the presidential race?
Yeah.
Did y'all see the pictures of those Trump rallies? And it was like hardly anyone there.
Yeah,
that nigga is cooked.
Look good, you know. Fuck that dude.
Oh,
period.
Yeah, man, I still care about it. I mean, you know, granted, I didn't want Biden personally, you know. I mean, it's at this point again, like it was last election. This is the lesser of two evils at this point because that's all we fucking get. But yeah, man. I mean, if people, I don't think Donald's gonna win. I mean, because even if, and I was telling my mom this the other day, like even if nobody new voted and everyone who voted in 2016 voted again now and nobody else jumped in, I'd imagine that Joe Biden would still win because I know a lot of Republicans don't support Donald Trump anymore, and because of that, so they probably vote for Biden just to get somebody else in, so
it's just as long as he wait, huh?
I guess so. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe, but I don't know, bro. I think it's still important. I think people aren't gonna just kind of let this slide. I can't imagine people just letting Donald win again. There's no benefit to that, I feel like. So yeah, I think it's still important. I really do. I mean, it's gonna be probably a little bit more difficult because of the whole COVID thing. I don't know how polling stations are gonna be set up. I know when I went to vote, like for the local elections, it was like they had a lot more security and things set up so people weren't just standing next to each other and shit. So I mean, we'll see. I think it's important though, man. Do you?
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead.
Hell yeah, I think it's important. It's always going to be important. And when I ask these questions, I don't mean just us three. I mean, I should have worded better. I mean the world and society, not us. I mean, we still care about these things. We think these things are important, but I meant just as a whole, does society still care? I apologize for wording that question.
Society still cares, man. Why wouldn't they?
Exactly. Even though I'm not gonna lie, on my timeline, since I'm seeing like the world is opening back up, everybody has just been kicking it. Like big kicking it, and I'm like, oh, this is scary because I don't want us to lose focus. So,
yeah. Like I went out. I had something to eat the other day. Well, it was Friday. I went to the city, but it was outdoor seating, all tables 6 feet apart, and I wore my face mask before I got up there. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff is different. But if you're going out and like what your friends are doing in clubs, and now wearing a mask and all out and about, that's a whole different beast. Like, I'll say this. I will not be kicking it with anybody new or anything at all for real while this pandemic is going on. And even when they do come out with a vaccine, I don't think jumping on the first vaccine would be a good idea at all. Because that's the first one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the test run, the dummy one. That apparently that they ran tests on before to make sure it's validated, work right. You just never know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So... All right, moving on from that, let's talk about. Do you guys hear Joe Rogan's talking about masks?
No.
I saw something about that. Yeah.
What's your thought on that, Pierce?
I don't know. I mean, he's probably. Okay. So there's plenty of people. I'm sure nobody wants to fucking wear a mask. All right. Nobody wants to just walk around with masks on all the fucking time. Your mouth gets all sweaty and
especially
shit.
Anybody with a fucking beard.
Yeah, so I get it, I get the frustration. So I'm sure everyone's gonna bitch about it, and no one's like, oh, I love doing this, I love wearing these. No one wants to do that. But I mean, I don't know, you just gotta, and I don't know how serious he was about it because you gotta remember, dude's a comedian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, a lot of his podcasts you can't really take serious unless there's someone talking that's actually an expert on something. Then it's like, let me listen to him. But when you're listening to Joe, he's more so there to kind of give like a comedic break, you know what I'm saying? And kind of steer a conversation. I'm not looking for him for facts. You know what I'm saying? So that's personally, at least I'm not. I don't know about everybody else, but so what he said, I didn't really take it seriously, I kind of.
What did he say?
Like masks are bullshit and shit like that. He just wasn't really feeling them. He said that he doesn't really see a reason to wear them and stuff like that. And
but he's not the first person to say that or feel like
that's what I'm
that.
saying.
And some people are saying that the mask is keeping us sick because everything is in that mask. Because everything is in that mask. When you sneeze, it's in the mask. When you're breathing, it's in the mask. When you're talking and the shit and the germs is coming out of your mouth, it's all in that mask. So you're breathing all of that back in. So somebody had a valid point when they said that.
Right, but at the same time, there's no way to get away from COVID completely. There's no way to get away from it.
At all. Unless it's like the flu. Like it basically is another version of the flu. Because they went through it. Yeah, they went through a pandemic when the flu first came about and they just learned to live with it. So now we're just learning how to live with it. Because at one point we've all had the flu.
Yeah, but there's also vaccines for the flu and shit now. I mean, it's a lot more manageable. But once this, you're right. We just kind of got to learn how to manage this and stuff like that. because like these types of diseases have been around forever. This isn't the first one. I don't know why people are acting like this is the end all be all of it. Like these have been around for fucking ever. You know what I'm saying? Like even when there were worse medical practices than there are now. So if you really think about it, we're probably safer than we would ever be if we were to be dealt with this years ago type shit. Granted, like the government's not really doing its best to handle it, so that's probably hurting us a little bit. But I don't know, man. Like I just don't see why people don't want to take the doctor's advice. Like these people literally spend their whole lives just to get to this point. And when they're telling you, hey, like you should do this because it's going to keep you alive longer, it can keep you safe, or it's going to raise your chances of not getting infected, you'd rather listen to someone who has no degree in anything health related at all. And you'd rather listen to them because they're just saying what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So it just, I don't know, bro. It doesn't make sense. I feel like a lot of people just don't trust a lot of these, science or doctors and shit like that. And it's just like, why would you not? Like, I get it. Yeah, everyone, conspiracy theories. Okay, cool. They may be lying to us. All right, yeah, I get it. I understand. But like, come on, bro. I don't know. Not everybody's lying. Like I can't imagine living like that. You just think every single person that's telling you something is lying just because they're have an authority over you. And like, again, yes, some of them are just bullshit. But when it comes to shit like this, where like it's your lives at stake and there's clearly people are dying and getting infected, it's like you would think that people would be like, okay, maybe this isn't a lie, maybe this isn't, but no, they don't.
Yeah, now I know sometimes doctors are definitely put in positions where they begin to bullshit people. I'm not saying that they're like liars, but they do things sometimes to push a certain agenda, and they do things so that people can purchase medication, do things like that.
Yeah,
but
I know.
But in this situation, it's hard to really discern the two or not. Even though you want to stay inside, and on top of that, you add an anxiety of the fact that we're in the middle of like this huge civil rights movement, and no one's really been outside and everything like that. Everyone's on edge. I'm not defending people who don't believe COVID is real. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely know that doctors sometimes push certain things to get, make more money from them, and it's like I get it, I really do, but unless every single doctor in the world has agreed to lie to the whole world about this so they can get more money and put themselves at risk. And I mean, because are the doctor's stories of not having enough equipment and medical supplies, are those false? Like what would be true and what would be lie? Are the only truths are the only thing that we're hearing that's true is that they're lying? Is that what's true? You know what I'm saying? Or like, I don't know. Where do the lies begin and where they end is my thing. And how are we going to sit here and say who's lying to us is actually lying to us and who's telling the truth is actually telling the truth? Like it could, I don't know, man. I guess you could just do whatever you want to do. Don't wear your mask if you don't want to wear your mask. But then when you get sick, then who are you going to go to? Like, I don't know. I just think it's fucking stupid, bro. I really do. Definitely. Like just wear the mask. Like it helps you. Like and you could take it off when you get home. You could take it off in your car. You're walking down the street. I don't wear it if I'm just walking down the street unless I'm like with a bunch of fucking people. That's one thing. But like no one's saying that for the rest of your life you have to wear a mask. We had to wear masks in other pandemics too. So it's not like this is the first time this is happening. So I don't know why everyone is acting like this is the first time we've ever had to wear masks and the government's just going out of control. And it's like, no, bro, like these are things that have proven to at least slow down the spread of this. Like it just makes sense. If I had the flu, you don't want me sitting next to you coughing up a storm. This is, and no, you would not want me near you. You'd probably, if I was near you, you'd probably want me to wear some type of mask so I'm not just coughing on you and spreading this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why is it any different now? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, do you want to be around a bunch of sick people? If you do, then go ahead. By all means, go ahead. And then when you get sick, don't act surprised when you get sick,
100%. 100%. All right, moving on from that. Music. How do we feel about the new Teyana Taylor album? I think it's pretty smooth.
I think she did a
really good job.
It's very smooth. It's really good. My favorite track off that album is Low Key with Erykah Badu. So that's real smooth.
I'm going to check it out. I've been stalling on listening to it, to be honest with you.
Honestly, I ain't finna jack. I only listened to it Friday because the City Girls dropped the same night. And that's all I've been listening to.
The few songs you played me were really hard.
What's up?
The few songs you played me at work were really hard.
Yeah, my favorite track off that joint is Rodeo. That's it. I mean,
I like Jobs.
Yeah, Jobs is good too, but of course everybody likes Jobs. That's the title track off the song off the project. So yeah, Rodeo is good. I was talking to my brother about it earlier. He likes Pussy Talk, which I'm fine with that. I just don't have a pussy, but you know. I see what he was saying, you know. But yeah, definitely City Girls. Like I said, that Beyonce track earlier. I haven't heard anything outside of the City Girls this weekend. So, and then what's crazy is I didn't stop listening. I haven't listened to the Gaga since Friday, only because I've been so wrapped up in the City Girls. But I'm gonna go back and forth between the two between a few different things, because I do like Teyana's project. I want to get more into that, but right now it's all about this the City Girls, because I'm young and I'm sexy and reckless. Oh, and I got into the Beat King too. I don't know if you guys know who the Beat King is, but
man, look here,
the Beat King is pretty dope. He makes stripper music, so I love it. I'm with all that shit, all of that shit. And I see someone here is a little upset that little baby didn't go number one and someone else did.
I think it's fucking stupid.
I think it's absolutely hilarious. And then on top of that, people
for the song. His song?
Tekashi and Nicki went number one, and Lil Baby did not go number one.
That just shows number 3, which I don't think is bad, but
it's not bad. But that just shows
keep in mind we've been so down in these
chill out, bro. That's like getting mad because Jcole didn't go number one. It's like, well, he's a better rapper. It's like, bro, not everybody.
It ain't even about that. It's just about a vibe. People are so tired of being down or living through what we're living through right now. So people just want to party and kick it, and that's definitely what that song. Like, you play that song and people is just kicking it and partying it. I was surprised when I went over to my mom and them house. They was playing that song. I was like, oh wow.
I haven't played it personally, but I get it though. You know,
no. I only played it just so I could hear what Nicki had to say. But other than that, it's not a song that I aspire to listen to. So,
like, just think like the Baby song obviously had a great message and it's a great song, but are you really gonna be bumping that every? Like, not everyone wants
Devonn
to. Yeah, I know Devonn will, but I mean, like, not everyone wants to be taught a lesson every single time to listen. Like, the song itself is great to listen to, and yes, you can. I've listened to it a couple times, and it has a great message. But I'm not going to put that on when I'm riding with my boys. This and that. Like, that's probably not what I'm going to put on. I'm going to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I mean, not everyone wants to be taught a lesson every time they hear a song. Even if the song has a great message, because this isn't the only song that's had great. There's plenty. Every fucking year there's music that comes out that someone has a great message, amazing message. It does not go number one. And what goes number one? The most popular artists go number one. That's just how it is, bro. That's just what it is. And you also gotta remember there's hella kids listening to music now, hella kids having their own phones, hella kids on YouTube that don't give a fuck about what is going on. And they'd rather watch 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj playing a bunch of rainbow shit, you know what I'm saying? And Nicki Minaj wearing damn near nothing, you know, because that's what people.
It was a fur bikini.
Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand why you're upset, Devonn, but like, you can't be surprised, bro. Like, come on.
You can't be surprised at all, because you got to keep in mind our attention span is little, so it's only so much of everything that's going on that we could take. It's been blasted all over social media. It's been blasted all over TV. We go outside and we see it. So I don't fault these people for wanting to listen to something that makes them turn up. You know, I'm suspect because it's 6ix9ine. You know, I'm not even gonna include Nicki in this narrative because she's in a different lane. But y'all really listening to 6ix9ine like this?
That's what I'm saying. I get it. People don't want to listen to that kind of shit all the time. But it just shows you, I guess, where we're at. And I get it. People might have vibes, but it's just like, damn. Oh shit! What was that? Someone who could have. You still hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Sorry, my laptop made a noise. It just shows you where we're at, where someone who makes a song about absolutely just nothing, or not even the song is fine. The man shouldn't even song. And it's just the whole thing behind it, where someone, and this is no attack against Nicki at all, because Nicki did nothing wrong, but it's just the fact of the matter that someone who is a snitch, who is employing the wrong messages, who is obviously not what he talks about,
is still doing great.
Is still doing great over someone who was putting the effort to talk about some real shit.
Though. We all sat here and said he's gonna be fine when he get out. We're not gonna support it, but I think for you, it's just unreal to actually see it. Like, wow, this is really happening. Nobody gives a fuck. But you got to keep in mind, we in different times. It's like had this been the early 2000s, then he wouldn't have stood a chance. But because the early 2000s was a bit hardcore, from my understanding, from what I can remember, and it's just a new world today. Like it is what it is. And, you know, I'm not a street nigga, but, you know, I come from that background. So I get it. I definitely get it.
Definitely. So that's all I got for us this week, guys. You guys got anything else you want to add?
That's man. I think that was a good one.
Yes, today was a great show. I'm very proud of us. We're getting better, like a lot better. Like,
I don't know. I'd want to hear that from the people listening, not from us.
I feel you, but
I do believe you. I believe you 100%. Yeah, I think we are doing.
But I feel you, but you know, it's all about what we think of ourselves first.
You gotta be confident, man.
Hell yeah, 100%.
We can't be better if we don't feel like we're getting better.
Period.
Exactly.
Whole lot of big dot shit.
All right, gentlemen, social media.
It's PBugs PB00GS on Instagram, on Apple Music, Pierce Anderson on Facebook. I don't use Facebook ever, so don't even follow me on there. I don't even know don't follow me on Twitter because I don't post shit on Twitter. I guess my Snapchat's PB00GS, but like don't randomly follow me or at least say something, you know. I feel like it'd be kind of
That's more personal.
yeah, that's PB00GS is how you spell it.
Bet. Vontrell?
Instagram and Snapchat, I guess, because that's where I'm active at the most. It's Vontrellduh because it's me, duh, Vontrell. Get into it. Duh.
Devonn Overstreet on all platforms. Sorry, someone's messing with me. Devonn Overstreet on all platforms. ISD and School Detention on YouTube, first and foremost. ISD and School Detention on YouTube.
Yes.
And also across all podcasting platforms, guys. Please check us out. Thank you guys so much. Oh, and thank you. Devonn Allen on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. Oh, check out Pierce on Apple Music.
Yes. Check me out.
Check the young man on Apple Music, man. Thank you. Yo, the first person we've been trying so hard. The first person that subscribes to him, I'm giving $50. Real shit.
Wow. Man, we can't pay people to follow my Apple Music.
It's not. Wouldn't it be more of a sweepstakes? I
guess, man, but I feel like a sweepstakes would let me get a couple followers first. I'm like, oh, shout out to my followers. Not, I'll pay you to follow me, bro. Please, just follow me.
Oh, that is how that came off. I didn't think about that before I said that. All right, we out of here. You guys have a good one.
Peace.